Good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. We start the hour with this Bloomberg News exclusive report of a major breach of the security camera footage targeting companies, hospitals, and even police departments. Hackers say they've gained access to 150,000 surveillance cameras, all collected by Silicon Valley startup Verkada. Among those exposed was a car maker Tesla supplier, as you see here. Bloomberg News cybersecurity reporter William Turton was first to break this news, and he joins us now to discuss. William, thanks so much for joining us. What can you tell us about who was targeted and what exactly was exposed here? This is just a massive attack.
Hey, thanks for having me. So, the company, this security camera company, Verkada, was actually the company that was hacked, right? So this company had set up a feature called Super Admin. And so the hackers were able to find the username and password just sitting out there on the internet for this Super Admin account. And that Super Admin account you can use to look through the cameras of every Verkada customer, which is inherently problematic in itself, right? Like, it's not just that they broke into the Verkada system, they broke into something that is probably, from a security standpoint, shouldn't exist in the first place. And, as you said, they have a wide range of customers, which includes companies like Tesla and Cloudflare, but they are also in many schools, jails, prisons, and the hackers could watch live and also grab archives of clips of videos, sometimes videos that had sound, and some of these cameras were also equipped to do facial recognition technology.
This is like this is like one of the worst hacks I've ever read about, I've ever heard about. How did this come about? Tell us about Tilly Cotman. Who is Tilly Cotman, and what is the hacktivist collective Advanced Persistent Threat 69420, as they're called?
So Tilly Cotman is a hacktivist. In some ways you could make an argument that Tilly Cotman is a whistleblower. They're hackers who have a kind of anti-capitalist mindset, and they're anti-surveillance, and they're pretty far to the left, I would say. They're called hacktivists. And so, Tilly never set out to go hack Verkada, right? They look for publicly exposed infrastructure that they can then utilize for hacks that kind of advance their goals and match their mindset.
What does this mean for Verkada? This is a well-funded Silicon Valley startup that obviously sells to some of the biggest companies around.
Well, I think it's pretty devastating for them. I mean, I think their reputation is going to take a major hit after this. But Verkada had already, got in hot water before when reports surfaced that, employees at Verkada had used Verkada cameras to capture images of women in their office and share those images with sexually charged comments, right? So, you have to kind of wonder what's going on at this company from a security standpoint and why hackers were able to get in so easily.
What did the company tell you?
The company told me not much, that they're investigating the breach and that they've contacted law enforcement.
Hey, what does this say about how we should think about a couple things? Cybersecurity, our own information online, but more importantly, it got me thinking how I'm being watched.
Yeah, I've kind of had this funny joke going on with a few of my sources over the last couple of years, over the last few months, in covering the big Russia hack, right, and then covering the Chinese hack of Microsoft Exchange servers and this hack, where I say, is cybersecurity even a real thing? Because it feels like, increasingly the hacks are getting bigger and more expansive and at a faster pace. So you're right there. I mean, it's really just in my time covering cybersecurity, which I've done for a while, I've never seen this many huge hacks this quickly back to back. And you make a good point about the kind of prevalence of surveillance as well. That's something the hackers kind of wanted to emphasize. We may not realize that there's security cameras everywhere, and then we may not realize that, people beyond the security camera companies and the people that own the security cameras can also watch through those cameras.
Right, it's not just security cameras you can see, as I learned reading your story. These are security cameras that can be hidden inside vents and in thermostats and the like in places that you would never expect. What does this mean about working from home? there are so many people working from home right now. It's likely to continue even when we are on the other side of this pandemic. Does that make the world more vulnerable to hacks, to cybersecurity threats?
Well, I'm not sure if it makes the world more vulnerable. It just makes us vulnerable in a different way. Working from home, you don't have the kind of security setup you might have when you're inside of a corporate network. And there's a lot more opportunities for hackers to kind of prey on people. But I think it's the same but different, if that makes sense. The state of cybersecurity is a mixed bag, and as I said, there's bigger hacks going on all the time. And working from home, I don't think really increases the danger. It just changes it and kind of makes it new and gives hackers new opportunities.
Well, it is a absolutely fantastic story, William. Thanks so much for taking the time and for joining us on Quick Take this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I always love coming on.
Thanks.